Let's get started this morning in a comfortable seated position. Just easy pose, crossing the legs, hands on the knees, tall spine. Close your eyes. And just take a moment to turn your attention inward. And just watch the rise and fall of the belly. Letting the mind be soothed by this gentle pulsation. As you watch the breath moving in and out, make sure to reduce or eliminate any pauses at the top and bottom of the breath. Just letting the inhale flow into the exhale, flow into the inhale. And as the breath is traveling in this way, notice if there's any jumps or catches, any hiccups in the breath. Just smooth those out by relaxing more deeply. And what you might find is that over time, the breath naturally wants to deepen. So as the breath deepens, you can now shift the pattern from just belly breathing into belly and ribs. So on the inhalation, belly expands, rib cage widens. On the exhalation, belly contracts and rib cage draws closer together. And so now it becomes more of a two-part breath. Just letting the awareness move deeper into the body, feeling the physical experience of breathing. And if the breath wants to continue to grow, then belly expands, rib cage widens, and now chest opens, spreading the collarbones wide. On the exhalation, still contracting the abdomen first, bringing the rib cage a little closer together, and then the chest will soften, collarbones relax. So now you have that full, complete diaphragmatic breath, using the entire breathing capacity, diaphragm and lungs. And it's here that you may want to add in a gentle ocean wave or whisper type sound, the Ujjayi Breath, just to draw you even deeper into the practice. And what's really interesting is to observe the transitions between these three parts of belly, ribs, and chest. And to also smooth those transitions out so that they feel effortless. The mind in its nature likes to compartmentalize so that we can break things down and understand. But ultimately, after examining things in their individualistic state, the greater mind has to look into the unification, or the way in which they all work together. How each individual is a component of the whole. And it's essential that we recognize the value of both, that individual aspect of ourselves, the goal or the intention of why we would just breathe into the belly, but also understanding that those parts working together have a greater purpose for sustaining the system. So a few more rounds of breathing in this way, and if you haven't already, begin to work towards Samavriti, the inhale matching the length of the exhale. So that we're creating a condition of ultimate balance and stability. We're illuminating any of those preferences, whether that's pausing at the top or bottom of the breath, whether it's skipping over an area that's uncomfortable to breathe in. As we eliminate those preferences, here too we are creating that condition of unifying the whole. So on your last breath, you just complete it by bringing your hands together in front of your heart, and take your time to get there. And bow your head to your hands. And we'll set the intention for the practice today to really work on integration, allowing the parts to work together in harmony. And there's a very specific energy pattern in the body, Vayu, called Vijnana Vayu. And we consider Vijnana Vayu to be the coordinator, that which coordinates all the systems together, so they work for the benefit of the whole. So for a moment, I'd like you just to bow your head to your hands. Let the outside edges of the hands stay together, but let the fingers open up so that you're creating what looks like a lotus flower in the palms. And for a few moments, we're just going to play with this visualization of the fingers spreading apart being the unfurling of the petals. And then as you exhale, just very gently bring the fingertips together and keep a bow sensation in the center of the palms. So there's a little bit of warmth and heat that will be generated between the palms, so the fingers are not touching one another in the center. And then once again, as you inhale, slowly unfurl those petals and see them open up, as we understand in real life that those petals receive more sunlight as they open. And then once again, as you exhale, bring the fingertips to touch, letting the knuckles bow out, creating that little space there between the palms, generating some heat, some potential. Let's do that 3 more times. So it's an inhale as they unfurl, receiving the light, receiving the inspiration. And it's an exhale as the fingertips come back together, creating that little sacred space in between the palms, almost as if you were holding a gift in there. Last 2. Coordinating this movement with the breath so that the whole body feels like it's one pulsation. And then once the fingers come together for that last time, just bow your head to your hands. Keep the knuckles bowing out. Feel the warmth generated there between the palms. And we'll set the intention for the practice today, again, to work with this idea of coordination, that unification of body and mind and spirit. And if there's anything in your life right now that feels disjointed, anything that feels like it needs to come back into harmony and unity, then bring that into your intention now. At the same time, recognizing the value of looking at something individually, the value of recognizing the individual intention or purpose behind one part over another. And how, just like a clock, all those little pieces of the clock have to come together for the clock to work, how each one is very important in and of itself. So is there something also that's individual in you that's asking for some attention right now? And bring that into your intention as well. I'm placing this here in the heart. You've got all that warmth generated between the palms. We're going to continue to build that as we chant Om 3 times. So deep inhale in. And then take a long exhale out and just purge the body of breath. Just empty all the stale air. And then one more full inhale here. Good, bow your head to your hands. That heat that's there in the palms, now just cup the eyes. Place them over the eyes. Let that warmth move and melt into the area of the eye socket, cleansing and healing the eyes themselves. Do so much work for us, and perhaps in some ways are even overworked these days with all the screen time. And then with the hands cupping the eyes, just silent prayer that you can set for yourself for clear seeing. Just asking for clear seeing. And then you can slowly massage your way out of that. Massage through the temples. Massage down the jawline, right into that area by the chin. And then go back by the jaw again. And then a little massage there with the fingertips down the sides of the neck. Just releasing any tension here. And then into the tops of the shoulders. Just squeezing the tops of the shoulders a little bit. Good, and then you can open your eyes and come back into the room if you haven't already. And we'll inhale, reach the arms out wide, lift and rise through the spine. Interlace your fingers over your head and pull the palms up and really elongate the waist. So reach even the shoulders up by the ears for a moment, stretching the side bodies, and then lower the shoulders down into their socket, but keep the torso long. Draw the low ribs in so that we're not poking them out, and contract the abdomen slightly for a little more stability. Now inhale, see if you can grow just a little taller by really filling belly, then ribs, then chest, really stretching the breath through the torso, and then exhale, contract the abdomen, belly, then ribs, then chest. And do that again. Inhale, fill belly, ribs, chest, and contracting that abdomen, belly, then ribs, then chest. Good. Let your head rest on your right arm. Float to your right side and just ease yourself into it. So on your inhale, let the body lift out of the posture a little bit as you breathe in and fill the lungs. And then as you exhale, let the body soften a little further as you empty of breath. Again, inhale, little lift as you expand with more breath. Little exhale, you little lowering as you release. And you don't have to force that pulsation. Just let it be completely natural. Just the body soft enough to move with the rhythm of the breath. Good, and then you'll come back to center and we'll switch sides. Head rests on the left arm, float to the left side. And now just feel the side body. Maybe it's tighter, maybe it's more open. Move with the breath. So we want to maintain stability in the posture, and at the same time, we're soft and flexible enough to allow whatever organic or natural movement has to come in. Good, and then inhale, come back to center and slowly lower your arms and take your time. So imagine that you're just clearing the energy around you, clearing your aura, elongating the arms and creating that space of safety, awareness. Very nice. Inhale the arms up again. And this time we're going to exhale and forward fold over the legs. So just softening down through the legs here. Reach the fingers as far forward as they'll go. Head and neck is relaxed. Let the heart dip towards the floor. And it's okay in this morning if you're feeling a little tighter. Just breathe into it. Now, sending that breath still down into the belly first. Can you feel it widening the kidneys? Then the back of the ribs, then the back of the heart. Exhaling, still contracting the abdomen, still creating that same stability there in the core. Good. One more full Ujjayi breath here. And then pressing down through the sit bones, bring the arms up and over the head. Circle them all the way back behind you and point the fingertips towards the hips. As you press down, lift the heart, opening up the shoulders, stretching through the sternum. Breathe deeply here into the front of the chest, that wide open heart, fearless heart. And then roll off the fingertips. Sit tall once again and just take a moment to feel those few stretches and what kind of a difference that makes in our experience. Let's come into tabletop position. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet pressed down. Do a little vinyasa here. So on your inhale, heart lift, sit bones lift as you look up. Exhale, draw the navel to the spine, round the back, take the sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Now inhale, stand on the knees, bring the arms up and over the head, lift and lengthen through your core. And then exhale, take the hands to the sacrum and bring the forehead to the floor. Inhale the arms out wide again as you stand on the knees, arms reach over the head. And then exhale, navel to spine, bow down to child's pose. Good. Inhale, tabletop position. Lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. Exhale, draw the navel toward the back body, round the back, take the sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Inhale, stand on the knees, bring the arms up and over the head, lift and lengthen through your core. And then exhale, hands to the sacrum, forehead to the floor. Inhale, arms out wide as you stand on the knees again, lifting and lengthening. And then exhale, navel to the spine, bow down to child's pose. Good. Again, inhale. So really trying to coordinate these movements for smooth transition. Exhale, navel to spine, child's pose. Inhale, full breath in. Remember, the breath moves you as you stand on the knees, arms reach. Exhale, hands to sacrum, forehead to floor, navel to spine. Inhale, reach again, arms out wide, lift and rise, standing on the knees. And exhale, child's pose. Good. Inhale, tabletop position, heart lift, sit bones lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, and find downward facing dog. And we're going to move the legs here just a little bit by bending one knee and press the other heel down. Stay back with that sensation. So from the heel all the way up to the hip, just notice this. Is there tension in the calf, maybe the hamstring? Where are you feeling it? And then switch and feel the other side and notice, is there a difference between the right side, between the left? Is there a muscle that seems like maybe it's working a little harder? And why is there not harmony between the whole system? Why is one tighter than the other? An aspect where perhaps we've gotten out of the integration and the individual is working harder than it should. And then pedal the feet back and forth a few times and just create this fluid motion And notice if they don't come into harmony together. Usually that little bit of repetitive motion reminds them of where they are meant to be, how they're meant to be working in unity with the whole. Good, and then bring the knees wide. Take the sit bones to the heels, child's pose, and walk the hands as far forward as they'll go. Come up onto the fingertips like you're lifting the inner palm and let the heart dip towards the floor. Very nice. One more breath here. Inhale back to tabletop position. Lift the left arm up in the air. Rotate the navel to the left momentarily, and then thread the arm through the hole and roll onto the left shoulder. Right arm at a 90-degree angle. Actively push the floor away from you. So we're moving into this threading the needle pose to open up the shoulder. Press equally into both knees. Draw the navel towards the back body. As you continue to push the floor away from you, can you get the shoulder blade under just a little bit more, creating some more space there. Now this top arm, take that over the head. Keep the fingers in a finger stand like we did just a moment ago. And just feel that space. Does it give you a little more leverage to create stability in the hips? Let the left cheek really soften down. Breathing here. And then releasing, we're going to lift the left arm back up in the air, open the navel to the left, and then tabletop position here for just a moment. Let's do the other side. Right arm lifts, navel rotates to the right. Now thread that arm through the hole, roll onto the right shoulder, and come into that threading the needle pose. Left hand pushes into the floor to draw the right shoulder under you just a little bit more. Try to have even knees, even feet. Navel pulling back. And then take your left arm over your head, again, fingers in a finger stand, and just use that as leverage. Try to create more stability in the hips. Right cheek softens, breathe deeply here. Last breath. And bring that left hand back in. And we're going to extend the right arm back up in the air, navel to the right, and then find tabletop position again. Bring the elbows down into your mat. Wrap your hands around the middle part of the arms and either interlace your fingers and press your forearms down or spread your palms wide with your forearms parallel. Tuck your back toes under, lift your sit bones up and back, and come into your dolphin variation of down dog, forearm down dog. Now, same thing, you feel that space there in the back of the legs. Hopefully it's a little more flexible from the work we did before. Keep drawing the belly button towards the back body for more support and stability. And anchor down through your forearms so there's space in your shoulders, your head and neck just hangs. Now we're just going to stay stable here. So we're 5 full breaths, inhaling, flowing into the exhalation. And as you do that, you want to really eliminate those pauses at top and bottom of breath. Smooth out the breath, belly, ribs, chest, exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Whole body coordinating together. Body, breath, mind. And one more. And then we'll bring the knees to the floor. This time you're going to take your hands by your heels, round your upper back for embryo. So forehead down, shoulders soften. See how relaxed you can get through the upper back. And then arms forward again. Come back up in a tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then from downward facing dog, we're going to slowly walk our hands back to our feet. So we'll take 6 inches, come back with the hands, and then pause there for a moment and just notice how sensations changing in the back of the legs. And walk your hands back another 6 inches and stop. Breathe, observe. And then another 6. Just noticing now more of the pressure in the legs. Upper body almost feels like it's just hanging there. Another 6, almost to the feet, not quite. Start to contract the big muscles of the legs for support. Make sure you don't sink in the heels. And then walk the fingers back the last 6. And now you're right there, fingertips lined up with the toes. If you need a micro bend in your knee, please take one. So you want to keep pressure off the back of the legs. Head and neck is soft. Upper body just hangs. From here, we're going to sweep the hands behind us, interlace the fingers, and take the knuckles up and away for yoga mudra, just stretching through the shoulders, releasing any tension that may have built up through the week. Keep allowing the belly to soften onto the thighs so that there's a relaxation, not contracting or over squeezing. Two more breaths. Good, and then keep the knuckles the way they are. Press into the feet. Pull them back as you slowly lift your torso. And then as you come up, keep the hands in yoga mudra. Lift the chin, lift the heart. Feel that stretch along the front line of the body. Even the chin is lifting. And then just let it all go and come into a neutral position. Just feel for a moment. Samastiti. Observing sensation. Again, just a few opening poses, and yet we've completely changed our experience. And notice if the body itself, body, mind, spirit, if it all feels more integrated. Okay, so we're going to stay at the back of our mats for Prana Vayu sun salutation. So you want your feet to be hip distance apart or slightly wider. Hands are together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair. Or if you can keep going, go into squat. And then inhale, come into tabletop position. Heart lifts, sit bones lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, find downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward to the fingertips. Spin the back foot flat for warrior one. Heel to heel alignment. Inhale as you rise up. Exhale as you straighten the front leg. And then forward fold over that leg, lengthening the fingertips to the floor. Now inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Bend the front knee, high lunge, hearts forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to modify the first vinyasa, so we'll inhale to plank position. Bring knees to the floor. Squeeze the elbows tight into the side. Belly comes down. Inhale. Low cobra, low ribs on the floor. Exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. We'll step the left leg forward to the fingertips. Spin the back foot flat for warrior one. Inhale as you rise. And then exhale, straighten the front leg. Again, reach the heel away from the fingertips as you lengthen down. Inhale, pivot on the ball of the back foot, high lunge. And exhale to downward facing dog. So in down dog here, we're going to stay for 5 full breaths. We haven't worked the upper body, so make sure you roll those shoulder heads away from the ears. Hug the inner elbows toward one another and press down firmly through the web of the index and thumb. And then once the body's stable, you want to really concentrate on that smooth breathing. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. Whole body working together in coordination. Last one here. Good. Inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Heart lifts, sit bones lift as you look up. Exhale, walk back to squat. Stay on the balls of the feet, hands in prayer at the heart. Press into the feet equally. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Feet are parallel. Exhale, forward fold. Hook index, middle thumb around your big toes. Inhale, pull away. Lengthen the spine. Create as much room as you can. And then exhale, fold into that space. Inhale, release the hands, lean back to chair. Stay for the exhale and sink just a little deeper. Inhale, press into the feet, lift and rise. And exhale, hands to heart. So that's one round. Let's do that again. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, you're either going into chair or you're going to keep going into squat. Inhale, tabletop position. Spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, spin the back foot flat. Inhale as you rise for warrior one. Exhale, straighten. Keep lengthening the spine. So really reach away from the heel as the fingertips come down. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. Let the heart come forward. And exhale to downward facing dog. Now this time we're going to keep a traditional vinyasa. So inhale to plank. You can bring knees down if you need to, but squeeze the elbows tight, chaturanga. If the knees were lifted, you're going to move into upward facing dog. And exhale, navel up and back for downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Spin the back foot flat. Warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, straighten. Now lengthen like someone's pulling your arms away from you. Fingertips to the floor. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take our 5 full breaths. Remember to eliminate those pauses at top and bottom of the breath, as well as smoothing out any wrinkles, any areas of inconsistency. Relax more deeply to do that. One more full breath. Now inhale, bring your knees to the floor. Tabletop position, spread the collarbones wide. Exhale, you're going to walk back to squat, so stay on the balls of the feet, hands at prayer. Press into the feet, inhale, rise. Arms reach, feet are parallel. Exhale, forward fold, hook index, middle thumb around your big toe. Inhale, pull away, straighten arms, straighten spine. Only if you can, straighten your legs. Then exhale, bend knees, bend elbows, relax head and neck. Inhale, lean back to chair. Stay for the exhale, go a little deeper. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, just one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, chair or squat. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. Inhale, rise. Exhale, straighten and fold. Squeeze those inner thighs for support. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now, this time if you want to challenge your vinyasa, keep your feet together. You're going to stay on the balls of the feet the whole time. So inhale, come through plank into up dog. Then exhale, chaturanga, squeeze the elbows tight. Inhale, back into upward facing dog. And navel up and back for downward facing dog. Left leg forward, warrior one. Inhale as you rise. Exhale as you straighten and fold, lengthen. Inhale, pivot, high lunge. Exhale, down dog. 5 full breaths here. Even if the heart is beating quickly, you're a little challenged by the vinyasa, just find that ability to bring the body back into coordination so that we can use some of that intensity we've built, pumping more blood through the body, and at the same time, starting to calm the mind, calm the breath, and integrate it. One more full breath here. Inhale, bring the knees to the floor. Heart lifts, sit bones lift. And exhale, walk back to squat. Inhale, press up to standing. Arms reach. Exhale, forward fold, hook index, middle thumb around the big toe. Inhale, create length. As much space as you can in that front body. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, fold into the length. Inhale, lean back to chair. Stay for the exhale, go just a little deeper. Now inhale, lift and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And we'll just stay here now. Arms by your side, palms just at the heart center or staying there by your side. Very nice. Now just breathing. Returning back to belly, ribs, chest, exhaling belly, ribs, chest. When you feel that the nervous system's calming down, just once again, integrate the practice. So feel, rather than any resistance, you're just integrating the experience into the whole. Okay, staying at the back of your mat. If you tighten the legs, you may want to have blocks on either side. You're going to turn your left toes out to a slight angle. Step the right foot forward to a comfortable distance. So we're coming into pyramid pose. It's not that long of a stance, only about 2.5, 3 feet. Hands to hips. And you want to make sure that the hips are squared forward, so right hip is pulling back, left hip is coming around. Very nice. Now you have choices here for your hands. You can either keep the hands at the hips, you can reach the arms behind you and grab onto the elbows, or if you have a little more flexibility today, you can come into reverse namaste. Whatever position you're in, you're going to inhale, lift your heart, and exhale, microbend the front knee, just come down halfway. So head, neck, torso, tailbone are in a straight line. Inhale, rise up, push into the feet. Use the breath to lift. Exhale again, just halfway. Inhale, come up. Now we're going to try for 3/4 of the way. So you're just going to come down, whatever your 3/4 of the way might be. Just a little lower than half. Root into the feet, inhale, come up. Again, go down the same, whatever your 3/4 of the way would be. And then this time we're going to go all the way down. And so all the way down for you might be 3/4 of the way. And if that's the case, that's fine. Keep lengthening the torso. Inhale, rise up one more time. We're just going to repeat it. And then you're all the way down, and we'll release the hands here. This is where you might want to place them on your block or on the floor, depending on your flexibility. So inhale, extend your heart away like you're in monkey pose, fingers in a finger stand. And now exhale, fold over that front leg and just allow yourself to soften. You're going to stay here for 5 full breaths. So you really want to watch how you're breathing. How the inhale, again, might move you a little bit by lifting the chest away from the thigh. And then on the exhale, how letting go more deeply allows you to surrender over that leg. So feeling stability in the legs and feet, but keeping the upper body soft enough to move with the breath. Last one. Now inhale, bring your hands to your hips, come halfway up. So you're countering gravity there, keeping that head, torso, tailbone in a straight line, and then press into the feet, come the rest of the way up, and step to the back of your mat. Hands beside you, samastiti, just observe. And it's always interesting to do these asymmetrical postures because we can find one side now feels different than the other. And by doing the other side here, we're going to come back to that integrated whole. So turn your right toes out to a slight angle. Step the left foot forward to a comfortable distance. You're about 2.5 feet, maybe 3 at the most. Hands can be on the hips. You can choose to bring the hands onto the elbows, maybe clasping the opposite way you did last time. Or reverse namaste. Hands into prayer at the back of the heart. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, just come down halfway. Pressing equally into both feet. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, come down halfway. Inhale. And 3/4 of the way. Inhale. Again, repeating that 3/4 of the way. Inhale now all the way down. So we're just easing ourselves into the preparation for that deep forward bend. One more, inhale up. All the way down. And stay. So now you'll release the hands on either side of that front foot. Again, you can use your blocks if you need them. For a minute, come into a finger stand. Lift the chest away from your thigh. Full inhale, and then exhale, melt more deeply over the leg. And now we're going to stay for those 5 full breaths. And again, try to integrate the experience. No resistance. Mind, body, breath. Everything connected. Stay soft enough to allow the posture to move you. Allow the breath to move through the body, maybe lifting a little on inhale, lowering slightly on exhale. And one more. Good. Now hands to hips. Press into the feet equally. Flat body as you come all the way up. And then step back and just find samastiti and experience the integration of all of this. These rests in between postures are essential for the body to fully integrate what's been done. I'm going to take another vinyasa here. So feet hip distance apart or slightly wider, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Turn the toes out, heels in, and exhale down into a wide squat. Hands coming to prayer at the heart. Inhale, press back up into standing. Arms reach, turn the toes back in. Now exhale, forward fold. Arms out wide as you come down. Inhale, arms out wide as you lift and rise. Turn the toes out, heels in. Exhale, down into squat. Inhale, back up to standing. Turn the toes in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, out wide. Lift and rise. Toes out, heels in, squat. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fold. One more with your breath. And then you come into the forward fold. You're going to heel toe your feet so that your big toes are touching and there's a space between the heels. Bend your knees deeply and inhale up into chair pose. Now we're going to just exhale, bring the hands down the center line to the heart, and take the left elbow to the right thigh for twisting chair. You can make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with your top, rotate your navel to the right. Lower those hips down, let the torso be lifted. You want to create that zigzag with the body, and breathe deeply here. Keep rotating on exhalation a little further as the body unwinds. One more breath here. And then soften into the forward fold. Let the hands just come down on the floor. Head and neck is relaxed. Rest for a moment. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, down the center line, come into chair. Take the right elbow to the left thigh. Prayer spinal twist on this side. Hands in prayer, fist with the bottom hand, cup with the top. Try to keep the knees level. Don't let one poke in front of the other. Lower the hips down, let the torso be lifted. Navel hugs in on exhalation. Rotate the navel deeper to the left. Keep bringing out on that exhalation. 2 more breaths. And then forward fold over the legs. Let everything soften. Head and neck is relaxed. And this time we're just going to walk our hands forward, nice and slow, coming all the way into plank position. And we're going to integrate here in plank. So hold the body stable, draw the navel into the spine, press down into both hands so that you're lifting the space behind the heart. Heels are both lifted up and out. Legs are engaged. Gaze is steady. And then lower your left knee to the floor. Spin your right foot flat. Reach the right arm up in the air for side plank. This is just a level 1 variation of side plank. So if you want to go deeper, you're welcome to extend both feet and go into side plank level 2. Right arm lifts up and over the head. Breathing deeply here. Keep reaching through the hips, reaching through the rib cage. And then come back to plank. Find your navel center. And we'll do the other side. So it's right knee that will come down. Left foot spins flat. Plant the right hand down. Left arm lifts up. Breathing deeply here. I love this level 1 variation. You can just stay here, get so much space. But if you want to go a little deeper, you can extend both feet, both legs, stack the feet, left arm up and over the head. And then the navel pulls in, rotates deeper to the left. One more here. And then come back to plank. And once again, just hover there for a moment. Navel in, stabilize. And we'll take a little rest by bringing knees to floor. Sit bones to heels, child's pose. If you prefer embryo, back of the hands can go towards the heels, round the upper back. One more. And this time, just place the hands under the shoulders. Roll yourself up into seated and just rest in Vajrasana. We're sitting on the heels, hands in the lap. If you'd like, you can do Dhyana Mudra, left hand under the belly, right hand on top, thumbs touch. For a minute, it's opposite. And just observe, close the eyes, observe the spine, nice and tall. One more breath here. Good, come forward, tabletop position, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then come onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale halfway to monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, lift and rise, arms reach overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Finding either stability on your mat, or if you feel like you need to step off the mat onto something more stable like a hardwood floor, please do that. And you're going to start with pointing the right toes out to the side. Then we're going to cross the right leg over the left. And those of you that can, if you can rotate the toes to tuck under the calf, that's great. And if not, don't worry about it. Just let the leg hang out to the side. And then left arm goes out, right arm goes over at the elbow, rotate the palms together. Now, you can stay here in an upright position. I love how the inner thighs are squeezing towards the midline. Or you can start to move down just a little lower, sinking those hips. Feel how the pelvic floor lifts. Stability here. Now, if you're really stable, try lifting the elbows up and lowering them down just a couple times. Stretching a little more into those shoulder blades. Gaze is steady. One more. Now you're going to inhale, rise all the way up, point the toes out, let the arms fly, and then come back into Samastiti, just resting in the center for a moment. Find your breath integrated. So it's almost like a pressure cooker. All that energy builds up, and then we release it. Let's try the other side. Left toes point out. You're going to cross left leg over right. Again, if you can, hook toes behind calf. If not, don't worry about it. Left arm out, right arm over at the elbow. Rotate the palms together. You can just stay upright, or if you want to go a little deeper, start to sink those hips. It's like you're moving into chair. And then if you want from here, lifting and lowering the elbows. Make sure you're stable. Use the breath to move them. Pelvic floor is lifting. Navel's in and up. One more. Now come all the way up, point the toes, extend the arms, let the arms fly, and then just stay. Stable standing, close the eyes. Let the heart integrate. Let the breath integrate. Good, back at the front of your mat, big toes touching, space between the heels, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Hands on shin or floor. Exhale, stepper. Lightly hop back to plank position. We'll just do a traditional vinyasa. So squeeze those elbows tight, chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. So walk your hands in just a little bit. We're going to create a shorter stance for your down dog. And then take your left hand and grab onto your right ankle or calf, and then rotate the navel to the right. So pulling that abdomen in, feeling that navel twisting to the right. And now we'll switch. We'll come back into that short down dog and take the right hand to the left ankle or calf. Pull on that ankle, rotate the navel to the left. Keep wringing out as the body gives permission. And then come back to center. Bring knees to the floor again. Sit on the heels. So if you need some extra padding underneath your knees, we're going to flip the mat over to provide that. We're going to move into some variation here of camel pose. So on your next inhale, you're going to rise up to standing on the knees. If you'd like, you can tuck your back toes under or keep the tops of the feet flat. It's your choice. Fingertips are going to point up your back. And in and out of camel dynamically, we're going to inhale, keep the hips forward as you just lean the heart back. And then exhale, contract your abdomen to bring the chest forward. Let's repeat that. So hips stay forward. Inhale, leaning into the posture, opening up the heart. Exhale, contract the abdomen and come forward. Good. Keep going with your breath. Inhale as you open up. Exhale, find the abdomen pulling you forward. One more here. Now you can stay and continue to do it dynamically, or if you'd like, you can inhale, open up into the posture, hips are forward. As long as they can stay forward, you can grab onto the heels with the hands. Make sure those hips stay forward, bring the heart forward, and come into the full posture. Full breath in, full breath out. Try not to collapse the back of the neck, but throat can be open. And just like before, use your abdomen and even your sternum pulling forward to come back into upright position. Sit on the heels. Take a moment again with that maybe dhyana mudra, hands in meditation mudra, and tall spine, relaxed body. And even here, if you just absorb the tailbone in, lift the lower belly, it's going to feel like a little stretch there for your lower back. Good, one more. So we're going to move into Triyongamuka Hipaa Pashimotanasana, and I'd like to just see if your hips are a little uneven, you may want to have a block nearby. So we're going to take the heel of the right foot to the outside of the right hip. So we're in a virasana position with that leg. And then we're going to extend the left leg out. So if you're like me, my hips are a little uneven. We're going to have to place the blanket underneath the opposite hip. And you can fold that blanket up in any way that you need to feel comfortable. You want to feel that there's some stability there for the hips. And we do a lot of external rotating in our stance. For most of us, we have that proclivity, not everybody, but most of us. So doing internal rotation often feels a little awkward. So again, we want to integrate this awkwardness. Inhale, the arms reach up. And now exhale, just lean forward, but don't come all the way down. Try to keep the head, torso, tailbone in a straight line. And then inhale, press into the back of the leg, come back up. Again, exhale, lean forward. Maybe you can go a little further. Maybe you go to the same length. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward again. Arms stay in alignment with the ears. Inhale, and now this time we're going to exhale and go all the way down. So whatever that all the way down is for you, you're welcome to just bring the hands down and keep that torso upright. For those of you that have a little more flexibility, you can walk the hands forward. And again, it's just like any of those other forward folding postures. You're going to be very patient with yourself. So breathing here, just paying attention to sensation. And if the body starts to soften, you can go a little more further. You can go further. Now go back to that breathing, belly, ribs, chest, exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. And again, smooth breath, eliminating any jumps, catches, or hiccups, or pauses. Body might move slightly with a pulsation. Make sure you're still pulling the toes back on the extended leg. And then slowly pad your feet into your hands into the ground and come back up into a tall spine. And then we're going to switch sides. So we'll reset here in Vajrasana, so both heels together, both knees together, tall spine. Just rest for a moment. And now we'll do the other side. So we're going to take the left heel to the outside of the hip so that we are in more of a virasana position for that leg. And then the right leg extends out. And you might find that one hip is higher than the other. One hip is maybe a little bit more flexible than the other. What you want to do is try and get those as even as possible so that you feel fully supported. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, lean forward, but you don't have to go all the way down, just to where you're comfortable, and then inhale, come back up. Now exhale, come down again. Maybe the same, maybe a little more space. Inhale, come up, keep pulling the toes back on the extended leg. Exhale. Inhale. Now this time we're going to go all the way down to stay. So whatever your all the way down is, you'll know that because it's before you start collapsing the heart. And then if you want, you can just place your hands down on the floor. You can hold on to the ankle or the foot, wherever you're comfortable. Now return to belly, ribs, chest, exhaling, belly, ribs, chest. If the body gives you permission, you can go further. If not, just stay and be patient. One more breath. Again, you're just going to pad your hands into the floor, come back up into a tall spine. Take a moment. And then we'll release the posture. Once again, sit on the heels, feet and knees together, tall spine. Just rest. So bringing the hips to one side, legs out in front of you for a moment. We're going to cross right leg over the left knee. If you'd like, you can stay there or take the left foot back by the hip, excuse me. Front heel lined up with the front knee. Hold the shin bones, sit tall. So inhale the left arm up. Wrap the arm around the leg. Take the right hand back behind you and rotate the navel to the right. If you need a little more support, or you need a deeper stretch rather, you can take the left elbow to the outside of the thigh and rotate the navel further to the right. So no matter what position you're in, we're going to work with the breath here. We're going to inhale, grow taller. Exhale, squeeze deeper. So you may need to unwind a little bit as you inhale just to grow taller. And then pulling that navel in, twist deeper. One more like that. Good. Now, the rest, I want just the breath to do the work. So you just stay present, observing where the inhale wants to move you, where the exhale wants to move you. Keep letting go, keep relaxing into the breath. And now to slowly come out, take your chin over your opposite shoulder and gently unwind. Hold your shin. Sit as tall as you can. Just feel that spiral continuing in the spine. And then we'll extend both legs. Come into Dandasana for a moment. Hands beside the hips, flex the feet, and just stabilize. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So now left foot crosses over the knee. You can stay here, or you can take the foot back by the hip. Either way, we're going to keep that front knee in alignment with the knee, front heel in alignment with the knee. Hold the shin, sit tall. Inhale the right arm up. Wrap that arm around the leg. You can stay there, rotating the navel to the left, or if you need more sensation, you can take the elbow to the outside of the thigh. Again, inhale, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, rotate the navel a little deeper to the left. Inhale, grow taller. You might need to unwind to do that. Exhale, squeeze and rotate deeper. One more like this. And now just stay wherever you're at and let the breath do the rest of the work for you. Keep relaxing and letting go. Remember, the intelligence of the body knows exactly what to do. And then gently unwind. Hold your shin bone. Chin over the right shoulder. And then come back into a tall spine. Very nice. So we're going to make our way down to the floor. So just hold on to the backs of the knees for a moment, and you're going to lift the leg one at a time and balance. And if that's comfortable for you, you're welcome to extend both arms and just create that stability there for the core. Or you're welcome to straighten the legs. Now, if you'd like to go a little deeper, bring the soles of your feet together, hold on to the feet, and lift the torso closer to your feet. So you're now in almost like a balancing Baddha Konasana or bound angle. Now, if you'd like to go a little deeper, we're going to take the left arm underneath the left leg, right arm underneath the right leg, join the index and thumb together and flex the feet. And now it looks like you're in a lotus posture or a lotus image. So just like the lotus we created with our hands at the beginning of the practice, seeing and feeling that lotus here. Open petals, receiving the light. And then gently release this, bring the knees together. And this time we'll come all the way down onto our back. So you can just hold the shins, pull the navel towards the spine, drag the feet across the mat until you can't go any further, and bring the knees into your chest. And if you want to rock a little bit from side to side on the spine, just to make sure the back is happy. Hug the right knee in, extend the left leg long to the floor. Feel that stretch there for the hips. Keep pushing the supporting leg away. And then bring the left knee in and extend the right leg long. And just opening up there. Good, and then we're going to extend both legs long to the floor. Take the thumbs underneath your hips. With your legs extended, reach out through the balls of the feet and spread the toes. If you've got extra long arms, you may not be able to place the hands under the hips. They may be more under the lower thighs. But you're going to press down through the forearms, lift the heart, puff up the heart, and let the crown of the head just rest on the earth. And just come into fish pose for a moment. Heart is wide open, seeing yourself now as that lotus, receiving the light. One complete integrated whole, while honoring the individuality, the individual dharma of each and every cell, each and every organ, all working for the greater good. And then lift the heart, release the head down, and just prepare for Shavasana. So you can extend the legs a little bit if you'd like. If you need any more knees to chest, you can just take that little knees to chest, wrap the arms around the legs. If you want to bolster underneath your knees, you can place it there. But otherwise, the feet are slightly wider than hip distance apart. Arms are down by your sides, palms face up. If you have an eye pillow, you can close off the light. It's helpful for the mind to rest more easily when the light has been taken away. And then making sure that you're completely comfortable. So if you need sweaters, socks, depending on the temperature of the room that you're in, I'll put those on now. Certainly a blanket over the body is very comforting. And then begin to settle the body into the earth, letting the earth now support you. No effort through the physical form. In fact, you can imagine that the earth that you're resting on is like soft sand, feeling as if that sand is contouring to the body. Just holding you up in every possible way. And in turn, you keep relaxing more completely into the earth, seeking out any areas you might still be gripping and really feeling those let go. So very slowly begin to deepen your breath. Notice how the breath comes back in slowly. Relaxed state through the belly. And then spreads outward through the whole body. Complete coordination. And gently run the thumb across the fingertips and wiggle the toes. And roll your wrists, roll your ankles. And gently draw the knees into the chest. And curl over onto your right side into fetal position for just a moment. Letting the arm be under the head as a pillow. And placing the left hand into the earth, slowly come back up into seated. Head and neck heavy, eyes closed as you come up. If you'd like, you can prop your sit bones up for a few moments of meditation. So we're going to practice a pranayama technique called pratyahara. And it can be a little complicated, so I will definitely talk you through it. But one thing I found that helps to integrate it is this hand position. So bring your hands into prayer, and you're certainly welcome to look here if you need to for a moment. You're going to inhale and lift the hands, Exhale, lower them down to the left side. Inhale, lift the hands again. Exhale, lower them down the center. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, lower them out the right side, up the right, and exhale back down to the center. So let's do that again. Inhale to the center, up. Exhale down the left. Inhale up the left. Exhale down the left. Inhale up the left. Center. Exhale down the right. Inhale up and exhale down. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing, but with a combination of Ujjayi Breath and Nadi Shodhana. So bring the index finger and the middle finger down to the mound of the thumb. Fourth finger, our pinchers, are going to go right on the bridge of the nose, right above the nostril. But we're going to start with the hand on the knee. And remember that an Ujjayi breath is a chest breath, and a Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath, is a nasal breath. So they're two different types. Still in and out through the nose, but experienced in different areas. So on your next inhale, breathe in through both nostrils, Ujjayi. Then breathe out through both nostrils, Ujjayi. Beginning the practice, we're going to inhale Ujjayi through both. Bring the hand to the nose, exhale only out the left nostril. Inhale now only through the left nostril. Bring the hand down to the knee, Ujjayi, exhale through both. Ujjayi, inhale through both. Exhale out only the right nostril. Nasal breath. Inhale only in through the right nostril. Lower the hand to the knee, Ujjayi, exhale through both. Ujjayi, inhale through both. Exhale left. Inhale left. Lower the hand, Ujjayi, exhale through both. Ujjayi, inhale through both. Exhale only the right. Inhale right. Exhale both. Inhale both. Exhale left, nasal breath. Inhale left. Ujjayi, exhale both. Chest breath. Ujjayi, inhale both. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale both. Inhale both. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale both. Inhale both. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale both. Inhale both. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Exhale both. Pause. Inhale both. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Exhale both. Pause. Ujjayi. Inhale, exhale through both nostrils. No pause. And take a moment to notice the balance, the integration of the mind, body, and breath. One more. And now just suspend the breath without strain. Just completely be still. Of course, when you need to breathe, let it come in, but let it be very gentle. Almost as if you're barely breathing at all. And then when you're ready, just lower your chin to your chest. Take a moment to feel that full and complete integration. Once again, we'll return the hands to the heart. Bow the knuckles out to the side like a closed lotus bud. And then we'll seal this practice with a chant of Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Deep inhale in. Long exhale out. Another deep inhale in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed the class. Please like and subscribe to this channel. That way you can get any new videos that I post as soon as they come out. And also too, in the description, there's a link to my Patreon account. I'd appreciate your donation so that I can continue to keep these classes going. Namaste.